Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Living in Rockland Live. It's finally spring here in Rockland. We're enjoying the beautiful weather. We're outside. We're so excited to bring Lisa D'Amico, local artist and curator of Rockland County. Lisa, let's jump right into it. Tell us a little bit about where you're from, who you are. Give us a little introduction.
Absolutely. So I am an artist, and from that I became a curator. I live in Rockland County, and I started the Rockland Arts Festival, as you know, and I'm so excited to talk to both of you today.
Yes,
that's awesome.
We're
so excited
to
hear about it. Yeah. So,
give us a little bit of background. Like when did you become an artist? Were you 2 years old drawing, or
Yeah, absolutely. So I became an artist out of the womb. I was drawing as soon as I could hold something. And I went to St. Catherine's Elementary School in Bluefield, and we didn't have a permanent art teacher. So it was kind of sporadic. And I was drawing on everything. And I think my parents had just had it. So they sent me to the Rockland Center for the Arts. And that I became an artist at 10 years old, the minute I stepped foot in the studio and started painting and drawing and getting instruction. It was wonderful. And I've been drawing and painting ever since.
That's amazing. Now, did you go to college or any other schooling for art?
Oh, yeah. So I went to St. Thomas Aquinas College in Spark Hill, and I majored in fine arts. And I had wonderful professors there who inspired me and supported me. And then when I graduated, I thought, well, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to paint. And I realized that it wasn't as easy as that. So I had to take small jobs. I took a job as a part-time art teacher, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with working with children, and that I could incorporate art into that. It was just a win-win. And from that, I became a public school art teacher.
Very cool. Nice. Did you work in Rockland, or you worked in the city?
I worked in Bergen County. I tried very hard to get a job in Rockland as an art teacher, but it's not easy. It's a specialty area. So I worked in Bergen County, and I loved it. And I did that for a long time. And then I decided that I wanted to advance my education and my career. So I went back to school and I got some advanced degrees. And so that's kind of my story in terms of arts and education.
Right. Now, how'd you get involved with the Rockland Art Festival?
Well, it was an idea that I had always had. I had worked with the Bluefield Artists. I worked with a few other artists, and we created this group here in Rockland. And we were doing our own exhibits, and they were successful, and we had great turnout. And then I went on to do curating outside of that, because I think I'm a both sides of the brain person. I really liked organizing the events as well as displaying my artwork. So I did curating for small organizations and other artists. And I love Rockland. I wanted to do something here in Rockland that featured the artists in Rockland and the county itself. So that's how it started. I actually had this idea, and I thought, well, who should I talk to? And I went to see County Executive Ed Day. I figure, he's the man in charge. And so I sat down. He made time for me, which was very kind of him. Sat down. He told me about getting grants to get this ball rolling. And that's what I did. So I got a grant. And that's how the festival continues to this day. We do it once a year. It's always the last week in January and the first week in February. And it's 75% virtual online. And then the rest of it is in person, different art events in person.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How long has that been going on now?
I started it in 2019, and it's so largely online because COVID changed everything. Yeah. And the state said to me, we'd like you to continue this if you could incorporate it online. So that's what we did. And I have to tell you that I had no expectations of doing, of successfully doing it virtually.
Right.
But after the first year we did it online in 2020, we had over 100,000 visitors.
Wow.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's amazing.
So we tapped into something, and we expanded it slightly by inviting artists in the tri-state area to join. But it's has such a global appeal. It's been incredible.
So now, do you have to be a certain kind of artist for this, or do you like? Is it just for painting, just for
We
anything?
welcome everyone. Yeah,
You
we welcome everyone. And we do about a dozen online live arts events. And arts meaning visual arts, dance, music, poetry. We do a curators roundtable. We do artist enrichment. So it's got something for everybody under that like big blanket of the arts, all those different categories.
That's so cool. Now, when you say virtual and like you just started to, dance and music, and is this like live presentations, or
Yes.
like when I think of like painting, is it like a picture of the painting, or how does it play out online?
So on the website itself, we usually average about 100 artists that display their work on the website itself. And then for the next 2 weeks, we have these live events. So we invite the artists to do demos so they can show people how they create their work. We have artist talks. Like I said, we reached out to Ballet Rockland, and they've done live performances. The Phoenix Theater in Nyack, they've done live performances. The executive director of the Penguin Theater has done talks, and it just keeps growing, and it's just amazing. So anybody can apply. It's open to anyone in the tri-state area that does performing arts or visual arts or anything under that arts umbrella. I work with a brilliant committee, and we're really open to anything. So every year we try to invite different organizations and artists to participate. But we also have a lot of people who come back year after year because they're so popular and they're so welcomed in the community.
I love that. It really brings like a sense of community.
Yeah. And
I feel like artists connect so much too.
Yeah.
Like you guys you have a vibe going on, and I like it.
I have to tell my daughter about my older daughter. She's a teacher in the public school system here in Rockland County. So she definitely could look on the website and
reach out to me specifically, and I would love it if we can incorporate maybe her students. Maybe she would love to host one of the live events. Since she's an artist and an art teacher, we could definitely.
They just did an event in the mall. We went to it. They featured all the students' work. It was really nice. It was a nice turnout.
It's incredible. They do it every year.
Yeah.
And I wasn't available to go, but I promoted it.
Okay.
On the different arts calendars in Rockland, because those artists in her class, they become the artists of the future. They become the art buyers, art collectors. They just become art patrons.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm going to tell her to reach out to you.
Yes, please.
I will.
Now, you mentioned the Bluefield Artists. Now, what can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. So the Bluefield Artists is what I consider a small group of artists. I started it with a photographer, Michael Kraft, who is a Rockland native. And we wanted to come together as artists to support each other, inspire each other, and just, exchange ideas. And that's what happened. And we started that like 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And now what does Bluefield stand, or, where'd you get that name from?
Oh, Bluefield. Well, I grew up in Bluefield. So Bluefield translated means Bluefield. Because I have to tell you, the hardest part of organizing this group was coming up with the name.
Yeah.
So, because, like anything else, once you name it, that name almost loses itself.
Yeah.
So I said to the group, let's just call it Bluefield. It's positive. It's, it's kind of energetic. So we did. And we've been the Bluefield Artists ever since.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's super creative.
Yes, creative. Mm-hmm.
Now, how do you think, since you mentioned that, COVID, that you guys started when COVID, basically a year before, how do you think art has basically changed the world? And what do you think it has done for us as a community in a time like this?
Oh, right. I think, for sure, the arts just naturally bring people together. And I think during COVID, it definitely was bonding, and it also changed the art landscape. Artists and art institutions definitely realized how far-reaching art can be, and that people will attend online. People, art events, art exhibits. People will also buy art online. I never sold so much art until COVID hit, and as awful as it was, it had a positive element to it as well.
Yeah, and it's therapeutic. I feel like art is so therapeutic, and who needs? I mean, everybody needs therapy at this point after COVID, right? No, but something to do to make it feel like, you're putting your heart into it. And
art is good for the soul.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really is. Whether you're 9 years old, 90, it doesn't matter. And you don't have to do it as a career. It can just be, like you're saying, a cathartic experience, a hobby, something maybe you just do once when you need it.
Right.
So bringing to present day, what are you doing now besides being like, the founder and you're curating? Are you still painting yourself?
I am. So I want to tell you about two really great projects. One is my project, personal project. The other one's a community project here in Rockland. So the artwork behind me is part of a series, a traveling art exhibit called Sonic Goddesses. I'm doing it along with another female artist. And we are trying to do an homage to women's history, really past and present, where we feature women in our portraits that are, some are famous and some are those, small town heroes that no one knows about. And so this exhibit will be traveling throughout 2024 at different art galleries, museums, and even libraries.
Oh, so cool.
That's nice.
Yeah. So I love the one on the pink and yellow one. I think
this one.
The other side. Yeah.
Yes, that one is called, with the paintings that I create, these two, everything starts with the word Sonic. So she's called Sonic Mumbai. And this one, this one, the blue one, is actually a local teen activist.
Oh.
Who goes to Clarkstown South.
That's so funny. Now, did you paint the person or is that a picture?
No, I painted it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That literally looks like a picture on top of that is incredible.
Oh, thank you so much. So listen, I will tell you when I'll send both of you invitations to come to any or all of the exhibits. I'd be so honored to have you there.
Is it being displayed in Rockland or like in the tri-state as well?
Yes, it'll be at the Pomona Cultural Center later this year. And it'll be in Westchester and New York City. And we have a website. It's called sonicgoddesses.com. And you can see the locations and you can see more of the artwork as well.
Amazing. Now, what if somebody wanted to purchase your art? Do you sell online or?
Yeah, so people can just go to lisademico.net and contact me through there. And also they can follow me online. Both of my handles on Instagram and Facebook are Lisa D'Amico Artist. So, because sometimes which is so flattering, as I'm working on my pieces, I'll post videos and photos on social media, and people will sometimes even buy them before they're done.
Wow.
Which you can't get, that just makes my day and my year. It's just incredible.
Social media has some good aspects.
Yeah. It does. It really does. And I want to tell you about this community project that I'm working on as a curator. And it's called Soaring Spirits. And it's in celebration and memory of Hal Parker. He was a Nyack resident for 50 years. He was a supporter of the arts, and he owned the corner frame shop in Nyack for many, many years, since I was a kid. That's how long. And he recently passed away, and the arts community really feels the loss of Hal. So we're doing an exhibit. All the artists in the community have come together, and we are creating an exhibit in Nyack at his old location, 40 South Franklin.
Oh, that's so nice.
August. So if you would come and just support us, that would be wonderful.
Yes. And if you have any flyer or anything, you could send it our way. This way we can share it with our community as well.
I absolutely will.
So in closing, tell us what's your goals and aspirations as an artist and curator in Rockland County? What are you looking forward to?
You know, I always feel like what's good for one artist in our community is really good for all of us. So as a curator, I want to keep doing local art exhibits that promote all the incredible talent we have here in Rockland. And as an artist, I'm just going to keep painting and drawing every day. Every day.
That's great.
Well, Lisa, thank you so much for your time today. You were awesome. I'm really excited to connect and see your paintings live.
We're definitely going to come to one
of the
your
showings.
exhibits. Absolutely.
Thank you. Susan and Kelly, this has been so much fun.
Yes.
Thanks so much, Lisa. You have a beautiful day.
Thank you. Thank you.